you know, this is where it all counts, and these are where the points are really important as we see this cadet category go out there. A little bit of warming up of the tires here, and you know, Ramon, the reason why they do zigzag is to warm out the outer tire walls, because when they go around the corner, obviously the tire's going to be loaded up on the outer tire wall, no?
They definitely need to bring their tires up to heat to compete against each other, yes. And just a few more corners until the race is being started.
Yep, so right now the smallest man in the SKC, Kart 575, he's got his hand in the air right now. That's Alexander Brown in the white Zanardi suit with the white helmet. Next to him is the first of the Austin twins in Kart 698, William Austin, with the blue stripe on the top of his helmet there. In third, we've got Havyu Chung, AutoInc Racing Bureau, and he's running that black and white lined helmet there. So Havyu Chung, definitely a man to watch. He's going to be trying to get to the front as he always does. Russell Arvin on the second row of the grid, wearing the black suit and the black helmet, and you know, a really good job for him here. Ooh. As they come in through here now. And the green flag is out. It's go, 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 and there's racing going on as they go into turn one. We got Havyu Chung running the inside. Alexander Brown. Ooh, Alexander Brown takes the lead. Oh, no. Right now, William Austin has made contact with the rear of Havyu Chung. He's lost all momentum. And right now, there's a fight in the front between Havyu Chung and Alexander Brown as they come into turn two. Oh, and it's still Alex's place. Great start to the race.
Great start of this race. Alex Brown leading in front of Havyu Chung, and just after him.
Oh, and Havyu Chung has just made a move on the inside of turn 7. Havyu Chung has made a move on the inside of turn 7 and made it stick. Looks like Alexander left that door a little bit too wide open, and he took a dive straight away, and Havyu is now leading this charge. In second place, Jaden Jinder. Jaden Jinder has moved up into second place in Kart 180. He hasn't had quite the pace here this weekend, but in second place he is, and he's going to be really happy with that. As they come around negotiating turn one.
They're a little, you cannot see it on the screens, but there has been a little incident in turn one, but it's all clear now, and we can see Havyu Chung on the screens just going down to turn 3. And
yeah, so that's 4, turn 5, turn 6, turn 7 here when some mistakes are made as he's coming hard on the power and then back on the brake going down that hill into turn 8, pitches that go-kart on the nose, gets back on the throttle and loads up that rear end. He's coming through the last chicane of turn 9 and turn 10 as he comes out for another lap to start his third flying lap. So great stuff there from Havyu Chung, and he is a long, long way away from second place. Right now the gap 2 seconds to Jaden Jinder is 5.8 seconds only after 2 laps of racing.
And also you can see the times dropping down. He just made a 50.946, but this is, ladies and gentlemen, not gonna be the fastest lap for this race, as there are still 14 more laps to go.
No. This is definitely not going to be the fastest lap. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this unfolds. We've got Jaden Jinder in second place at the moment, and he is 3.6 seconds ahead of third place Alexander Brown in the Zanardi kart. So we've got to start monitoring these gaps between these drivers and see whether Alexander Brown can try and make up this distance. Right now, we have Jaden Jinder crossing the line in second place. As he goes through, let's have a look what that gap is. It was 3.6 in that last lap. It's now 2.2.
It's almost 2 seconds per lap what Javier is just taking and increasing this gap to Jaden Jinder.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Javier, being very, very dominant here throughout the SKC 2012 as he just comes out of turn 7 here. And this guy that we're watching on the screens right now is going to be the first guy in SKC history to win every single points collection session in the SKC in this season. So, he's 13 laps away from putting a record down that's going to be extremely hard to break as he comes back into turn 1. beautiful pictures of Javier Chung.
Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot unfortunately see it on the screens, but Hayden, Chindan, and Alex Brown, it's gonna build up to a battle for. There you can see the fight for second place between Hayden Chindan and Alex Brown, just coming down to turn 7. And
yeah, the fight is continuing. We saw that gap 2 seconds on that last lap, and it's gone right down. So Jaden is going to be under a lot of pressure right now as they come onto this pit straight. Is Alexander Brown going to be close enough to get him? Right now he's pulling out onto the dirty line now, and it looks like he does have more pace down this straight, and Alexander Brown is already in front of him even before he gets to the braking zone. Great move there from Brown. All right, now you see the mechanics on the sidewall are trying to talk to their drivers, and Jaden is going to have to try and latch onto the back of Alexander Brown. He can't try a overtaking maneuver here, and you know, we've been watching Jaden all year, and if he keeps on faking out of here and going back in, it's going to cost him the line on the exit of the corner. So he's going to have to stay disciplined to try and latch onto the back of that go-kart.
Definitely, and as you can see here on turn 8, down into turn 9, Alex Brown has already a little gap to Hayden, and just after him is William Austin.
Yeah, William Austin just overtook Jaden Jinder coming out of the corner of T8 just a little bit earlier. Jaden looks like he's going to try and make a move again. He's on the inside. They're going wheel to wheel right now. Oh, and Jaden Jinder hasn't quite made it. He's lost a bit of momentum out there to Austin, so advantage to Austin in that move. So Jaden Jinder losing 2 positions over that last lap, and he's going to have to really get his head down to try and hunt these guys back. So right now, that's still William Austin there with Jaden Jinder just behind him. And this is Alexander Brown. He's currently in second place, and he is quite a way off the lead right now. Javier Chung crossed the line a little bit earlier on, and we're just going to see the gap as he goes through, and it's 12.2 seconds. That's 12.2 seconds between first and second place. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how they can try and close this gap, but it's not going to be easier. Javier Chung on that last lap over half a second ahead of his closest rival.
And there are 9 more laps to go with Javier Chen in the lead, Alex Brown on second, William Austin on third, Jaden Hindan on fourth, Russell Arvin on fifth, and last but not least, Samuel Austin on P6.
Yeah, that's the way it's standing right now as we go back to Alexander Brown. And, you know, this guy has just been a real inspiration here this year. He also had a little bit of a slow start to the season, but, you know, this guy has really come from strength to strength along with William Austin. And Jaden Jinder still currently doing good in the championship, but these guys are really getting a lot quicker as the season progresses.
Yeah, it's a pity that here on the 2nd of December, the season is already over, but it'll continue in 2013 for more racing action.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more going on next year. Where the SKC has tried and tested all sorts of different foundations, including the X30 engine and the Yamaha engine here this weekend. But enough about that as we're looking at Javier Chung coming into turn 1 in car 277 for AutoInc race in Birrell. And, you know, Birrell have just had a wonderful season, collecting already 2 championships in their respective categories, and a third one possibly on the way a little bit later on. So Javier Chung now with the fastest lap of the race on that last lap, the 9th running lap with a 50.173. And right now, Alexander Brown is a whopping 13.68 seconds behind him in second place.
Just down to turn 8, into turn 9, 10, and 11 on the start and finish line is Javier Chen in car 277. We will see as Alex Brown is crossing the line how big the gap is, and here he comes, and the gap for this last round is close to 14 seconds, 13.941 seconds gap.
Right now we're seeing the pictures there of Javier Chung as he's coming out of turn 8, and that was a pretty treacherous corner in the wet a little bit earlier yesterday as he comes back out on the pit straight to start his 10th lap of the race. And this guy is light years ahead right now. That was 13.2 seconds in that last lap, and he's coming around. This guy is driving perfectly, hasn't put a wheel wrong all of this race here so far. Not too far away. It's going to be pretty interesting. You see a couple of bumps as he hits coming into turn 2. Not easy to nurse that go-kart. Enter into turn 3. Pretty interesting corner. Kind of squeezes up on you a little bit as he comes back over the undulation. And they, with that undulation and these walls, mate, they really do have to anticipate where the apexes and where the exits are, because they can't see them like normal circuits.
No. They have to keep their head up high to see where they have to brake and then just go for it.
Yeah. So on that last lap, there was a 14-second gap. Javier still leading this charge, and just amazing to see this little boy. And this guy just doesn't do go-karting, man. He's actually an expert guitarist, and the kid's like 11 years old, and he's got AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, Metallica all in the bag already. And I've heard from several friends he was going to be doing all right when he's a little bit older and in high school, Ramon.
I absolutely can see that, and really nice kid to hang around. He's down to earth, very funny, and just an amazing driver.
Yeah, amazing driver is exactly what he's doing. We're not quite sure how funny he is with that helmet right now, but we know he's real quick as he comes to the end of his 12th lap. Just started in lap 13. There's only 3 laps to go for Javier Chung. 4 laps to go, my bad. There's still 4 laps to go as he enters turn 2. And just as we see Javier coming through turn 2, this is actually the pit lane exit of the Formula One Grand Prix, and the exit that very famously Ferrari in 2008 left that fuel nozzle into the car and went dragging down the pit lane. So that's what you guys are actually seeing on the screens for those of you around the world that are watching. As those go-karts come through turn 2, that's actually the pit lane exit of the Singapore Formula One circuit. So great stuff there.
And as we can see, just crossing the line, Hayden Cheng with kart 277 down to turn 1, and he's just not stopping. No mistakes so far. Few more laps to go. Unfortunately, our timing system has
timing system's still good. Timing system's still good. We've got 2 laps remaining. And still in the lead. We've got Chung, Brown, Austin, Jaden Jin, Russell Arvin, and Samuel Austin. Currently the running order. And, with 2 laps to go. Oh, Javier Chung has just put in the fastest lap of the race. So this guy is currently 16.6 seconds ahead of second place and still pulling an Ayrton Senna on us. And he's still pushing as hard as he can go. So Russell Arvin right here, and we're heading into the final lap. Oh, and that looks like one of the Austin guys. And his head is in his hands right now. He's not overly happy with what's going on. And Javier Chung on that last lap put in another fastest lap, a 49.874. So this guy's fastest lap almost 1 second quicker than his nearest rival. Currently he's entering into T7. Coming out of there, going into T8. There's only a couple of corners left to go. Javier Chung, can he have a perfect record here in the 2012 SK season? Coming through turn 9, turn 10, and the checkered flag is out. Javier Chung taking the win for the final of SKC Round 5. The crowd looking really happy. You can see in the crowd there have been guys that have they've made banners and stuff. You can see these guys dancing out there. They're really excited for Javier Chung. In second place, Alexander Brown as he crosses the line for Versus Racing. William Austin in third place. Just behind him, we've got Jaden Jinder, just one corner from the end of the race as well, as he passed that checkered flag. And a good solo drive for him, unfortunately, just off the pace. Russell Arvin not too far away now as well. As he's coming through the line, he's going to finish in fifth if everything goes right. And he sees a checkered flag, so a great finish for Russell Arvin. In sixth place right now, we see Samuel Austin. Unfortunately, his car just stopped on the exit of T8, so unfortunate DNF there for him. So just to recap, we have Javier Chung in first place with Alexander Brown and William Austin making up the top three. Jaden Jinder finishes there in fourth place for AutoInc Racing Burrell. Russell Arvin in fifth, and the second of the Austin twins, unfortunately, is going to be taking a bit of a walk home. Unfortunate there for Austin, but what a great inspiration it's been this year to have the Austin twins, and you know they've done very, very well to come into a series full of regular drivers.